कहीं आसमानों पर होते हैं ये सारे फैसले.
I have no desire of living anymore.
Oh, yes, Asman is making all the important decisions, and that's why we are using sunscreen, right? Sunblock. You know what my parents said? After the wedding, the husband and wife do a certain dance, and if the god is pleased, he'll put a baby in the tummy. Every time there was a school dance or something, I'd be like, had I done this after marriage, I'd have a baby in my tummy. All fun and games until.
The stork doesn't deliver babies. Then who does it? The mailman?
People make them.
That's not true.
I swear, I ain't lying. Apparently, it's why girls don't have wee-wees or balls.
Wee-wee? Is that a magazine or something?
Here, I'll show you.
What the?
Faluda is that? A teenage mind, or even an adult mind most of the times, will have hundreds of questions on this. They sure will seek answers. Where from though? What's the source? Obviously not this. Look who we have here. Hey Johnny. Yes, so speaking of sources, porn, movies and shows from Netflix or any other OTT platforms. I'm not here to give you a moral science lecture. All I'm saying is that learning about sex or sexuality from porn is the equivalent of learning things like sketching or swimming from Titanic, or maybe learning how to drive, from Fast and Furious or from one of your favorite Formula 1 racers. क्या ड्रिफ्ट मारेगा रे तू? Just like there's financial education, moral values education, environmental education, there is sex education to learn about sex. Not the Netflix show. So first things first, what is sex education? A decent definition would say that sex education is about bodily development, sex, sexuality, relationships, communication skills, and will help you make decisions about health, the sexual health, and sex. I get it. I'll break it down. There's huge diversity in the list of topics, not just the ones you see on the screen. There's more. If you were to pause and look at each of the topics, you'll notice that it has biological, social, psychological, ethical, and cultural dimensions. Like I said, given your sources, you are likely to figure out some biological areas, but the socio-ethical regions are equally important. If porn is all the sex you know, your car will say this. And perhaps your Instagram will say this. Your t-shirt will say this. Hey papa dude, he's leaving. You'll ask questions like this, fall for shit like this, and never understand the sensitivity of this. Why, you ask? Information is power, knowledge is power, is what I'd say. What kind of information? Be it anatomical or how to handle yourself at puberty and adolescence, where your body is changing, you are uncomfortable in your own skin, you're clumsy, confused, self conscious. You learn about the mood swings that come along. You learn about the sexual intercourse the right way. You will learn about love, relationships, casual relationships, marriages, pregnancy, kids, family, acceptance. You will also learn about your own sexual orientation. Goes without saying, you would learn about all the contraceptives, STDs, STIs, safe sex basically. Being able to recognize a kind of touch, good touch versus bad touch, is extremely important. Sex education is inclusive of that. Be it at your workplace, your family member must be doing that, or a friend. You should be able to judge the kind of touch or anything physical happening to you against your will or consent and be vocal. In a place where Porn is just a click away, and the right information requires a lot of digging. Sexual crimes are ubiquitous. A person with no ethics or morale or the right information would feel entitled to force himself or herself upon you. A well informed person, on the other hand, would know how to manage his emotion and would know the concept of consent, most importantly. When you steal from a child, the child knows that he or she has been wronged and is not hesitant to discuss about it. But is the same true for a sexual crime? No. And that would be the primary aim of a well constructed framework of the sex education. At times, hard conversations can make your life way easier. Awareness is the goal here. Moral of the story? No, the baby can't come out of the butthole.